I am back. Rudrance for Black and White Network. If you're new to the channel, punch subscribe, like, comment, share. Guys, you know the drill by now. Come on. Let's talk about Bud Light. That's right. Because it seems that one of the nation's biggest retailers, and when we're talking about big box, there's two particular places that have the biggest box of them all, and that's Sam's Club and Costco around the country. Costco, of course, has the big warehouse kind of selling where everything's in racks, and Sam's Club's the same way. You guys have been there, I've been there, and we all know what's up. And at these particular establishments, they have ways of marking certain items they're no longer going to carry. Also, we've got another black eye to the face hole, directly to the eye hole / face hole / pie hole of Bud Light, Anheuser-Busch, and all of this, and that's the fact that Modelo Especial, once again, was the #1 most bought beer in the country in June. Well, that doesn't sound right. That was Pride Month. How could that possibly happen after Dylan Mulvaney was on the can of a Budweiser? I mean, my goodness. How did that happen? I mean, they got so much publicity, for crying out loud. There was mother effing rainbows everywhere. I mean, when you were farting, there was rainbow dust coming behind people, for crying out loud, right? No, it still didn't work. It still didn't work out for them. So let's get to this because, oh yes, that's right. We've got people that have covertly snapped pictures from the Costco's. As it seems, they have labeled Bud Light, with what is being described. Okay. With what is being described as the Death Star, or a star of death. Either way, this effing beer is going to die. Photos shared on social media, this is Newsweek, show that Bud Light has allegedly received Costco's so-called, quote, star of death, a small asterisk at the top right-hand corner of items' price tags, which the retailer uses to signal a product will no longer be restocked once it's sold out. Hell, at this rate, they're probably going to have that beer till sometime next year if they got to wait till it's sold out. Oh, my God. Images shared on Twitter showed that price tags for Bud Light beer at different Costco stores all marked with the Star of Death. It's unclear where the stores are located. One of the pictures showed the beer being sold at, get this, $14.97 for 2 12 packs, basically, which a Twitter user said was Costco, quote, practically giving away Bud Light. That's pretty damn cheap, yeah, for 2 12 packs of beer. The photos were shared as the boycott against Bud Light by conservative consumers angered by the sponsorship deal with trans activist influencer Dylan Mulvaney earlier this year continues, with a significant impact on the brand. And I do have some percentages we'll get to in a sec. Oh, well, hell, they got them here too. According to the new sales data by Newsweek earlier this week, Bud Light had seen percentage drops in revenue from sales for June compared to the same time last year. Nielsen IQ sales data obtained by Newsweek via Bump Williams getting a lot of play these days, for the 4-week period ending July 1st, all Bud Light had dropped 28%, and I believe it's actually 28.5%. Bud Light's volume, God, that's how in tune we have been on this, is I've got the 0.5 down. The number of units of beer sold was down 31.2% versus the same time last year. So let's get to said Death Stars, or Star of Deaths, whatever your pleasure. Right there, that is 36 12-ounce cans, $24.99. That is the Star of Death right there that my little finger is on. Right there, you see it. Here's another one. Right there, this is the 2 times 12 that we was talking about. Bud Light, Star of Death. said Star of Death at Costco this morning, practically giving away Bud Light. And I'm like I said, I'm here to tell you, I was just in Walmart yet again the last couple of days. And once again, I mean, it was Bud Light filled to the rim with brim. I mean, there was not a single Bud Light box that showed to be gone in the inventory at Walmart locally here. In a town of 110,000 people, not one member of the Pride community, not one conservative, not one person floating somewhere in the middle had walked over and grabbed a box of Bud Light. I continue to say, who wants to be that person standing around with your bros holding themselves a tranny light, a Bud Light? Yeah. I mean, for crying out loud. Modelo named the top-selling beer in the U.S. for the second consecutive month. Modelo Especial held its title as the top-selling beer on a dollar basis in the U.S. for the second month in June. The Mexican lager has generated more dollars than any other beer brand in the country during May and June, according to Nielsen data analyzed by, once again, that Bump Williams is busy these days. The drink outpaced all rivals, including Anheuser-Busch's Bud Light, which has been the top-selling beer in terms of sales and dollars volume since 2001. Guys, this is a historic bullet straight between the eyes like we've never seen to a product. I got to say, I'm proud. I'm proud of Americans for stepping up and doing this to the Anheuser-Busch company for their brave, stunning, and courageous marketing campaign. The most recent data shows that Modelo Especial saw an 11.4% increase in dollar sales and a 5.7% increase in volume in the week ending July 1. You know what? When I see that, that makes me think that retailers have actually raised the price of Modelo a little bit, and it's still selling. I did see somebody online yesterday say, you know what? If I got a choice between like a case of Bud Light for $14 or a case of insert any other beer here for $25, they're paying the $25. That extra $10, $11, well, that's the taste of freedom, folks. Over that same time, Bud Light saw a 28.5% decline in sales. Okay, so that was what we were referring to. Let us not forget this was all sparked by Dylan Mulvaney's 365 Days of Girlhood. Yeah. Grown biological man being a girl, even though it is a beer brand where you're supposed to be 21? ? Anybody? Tell me how that worked out to begin with, how this even floated through the mind of some pervert marketing exec with Bud Light, and she's somewhere now pushing buggies in a damn Kroger's parking lot, probably. Wow, unbelievable. She's probably mopping the floors at a peep show at this point. Let's be real. Okay, I mean, who else is going to hire her? Is that the most shamed marketing exec in the history of all marketing execs? And think about all the miscellaneous ad campaigns over the years that have flopped royally. I mean, we've all seen those commercials that we were like, oh, that's the most awful damn commercial I ever saw in our life. And then we got Dylan Mulvaney posing in a bubble bath with Bud Light. And it was like, you know, all of us was hanging on to the fence in Terminator 2 like Linda Hamilton as the nuke exploded in her flesh and her body just crumbled. That's what we felt when we saw Dylan Mulvaney in the bathtub or in his little gloves holding up his Bud Light. We went down in flames, and then we rose back up as the T-1000 and immediately destroyed Bud Light and Anheuser-Busch. Good job, guys. I mean, good job, for real. I mean, the analogies, Terminator, I'm rolling them out today. Tell me what you think Black and White Network support. Man, the Death Star. I mean, Costco, massive retail, we're done. White flag, we're done. They're waving the rainbow flag, they're done. We're taking Bud Light out of our stores. They did say they don't know what Costco stores these are. My guess it would be Texas or Florida for sure. Alabama, see ya. I mean, what, Mississippi? Yeah, probably. I mean, I could name probably every red state. Just take all Bud Light out, replace it with insert miscellaneous beer here. Maybe Troy Aikman's beer, 8. I don't know. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.